Welcome to Universe Live. I'm Trevor Myers.
And I'm Lynette McConkey. Here are your top 5 stories for Monday, March 13th, 2023. President Biden says depositors of the Silicon Valley Bank will have access to all their money.
Americans can have confidence that the banking system is safe.
The tech lender collapsed Friday after failing to raise enough money to end its capital crisis. Biden says those responsible will be held accountable. Senator Mitt Romney responds to the bank collapse, saying, quote, "The federal government must act immediately to assure depositors that their deposits are completely safe. The immediate and long-term consequences of failure to do so could be extreme."
Qualtrics is being acquired by 2 private global investment firms for $12.5 billion. Silver Lake and CPP Investments say the change will position Qualtrics to drive innovation and efficient growth. Wasatch County Search and Rescue answered 3 back-to-back calls on Saturday. The rescues included a helicopter crash, a snowmobile crash, and an accident with a trailer and a snowmobile.
The 95th Academy Awards took place in Hollywood last night.
This is a beacon of hope.
Everything Everywhere All at Once won 7 awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Supporting Actor. Michelle Yeoh was the first woman of Asian descent to win Best Actress.
On Saturday, number 8 BYU men's volleyball welcomed the number 15 Buckeyes from the Ohio State. But it was the Cougars who ended up getting the win in 5 sets of their Top Gun-themed night in Provo. BYU started off better than an F-14 jet and gained a quick 2-set advantage, but Ohio State came roaring back to tie the match. Luckily, the Cougars came ready to play. It wasn't Top Gun graduate Pete Mitchell, but outside hitter Luke Benson who took over in the final set with 3 kills and a block to help lead BYU to a win. The team will be back in action on March 24th against Pepperdine in the Smith Fieldhouse. For BYU fans, the basketball postseason was expected to be like a high school crush, a dream that would never call you back. Thankfully, the women's basketball squad got the "You up to ball" text from the Women's National Invitational Tournament and graciously accepted.
30, Ari Mackey-Williams, step back 3. Good!
BYU earned an at-large bid in the WNIT and now will wait to see who they will play in the opening round. The field of 64 was announced last night and the bracket will be presented later today. The first round will begin on Wednesday and last until Friday. BYU football player Blake Freeland shined in the 2023 NFL Draft. Robin Christensen is live in the newsroom. Robin, you spoke with Blake about his experience. How did he stand out?
Blake broke the record for the highest vertical jump at 37 inches, but for him, breaking records in sports is just another day in the office.
Blake started playing football as a kid and then went on to be a 3-sport athlete in high school, playing football, basketball, and track and field. It's always been his dream to go to the NFL.
The last few months has been just a dream that you kind of think about ever since you're a little kid.
He says it's been fun to play in college with friends from high school.
Fisher Jackson was one of my boys, and he was able to play with me in college, and it was really fun. We've been like real close friends since 9th grade.
It was cool to be catching footballs from him in high school, and then 2 years later, I'm playing DN pass rushing against him, so it was pretty cool.
Fisher says it's awesome to watch his friend fulfill their childhood dreams.
Watching him destroy it in the draft, that's the craziest part, but I wasn't surprised.
Blake stood out at the draft, not only breaking the vertical record, but also broad jumping 10 feet and one of the fastest times for 40-yard dash for offensive linemen at 4.98 seconds.
Good day for Blake.
He says the week of the combine was busy and full of meetings and medical exams.
It was relieving to finally get to that last day and be able to compete and just kind of do what you've been training for the last 2 months.
Everyone was just waiting for the day where he took off and got the recognition.
Looking ahead, Blake returns to BYU for Pro Day on March 24th and then the NFL Draft starting April 27th. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. Being an international athlete at BYU creates a laundry list of new experiences. For BYU men's tennis lone senior Mateo Varro, Peru native, BYU gave him just what he was looking for. Travis Hodson has the story about how a missionary helped Mateo get to BYU.
I've never used chapstick in my life. Never.
Living in Peru, Mateo Varro started playing tennis at an early age, not because he loved the sport, but for his mom's own personal reason.
I was a mess at the house. Like my mom was, it was just a mess. And so I had a lot of energy. And so one of my mom's best friends was the head coach of an academy down in Peru in a country club.
Mateo found a lot of success playing tennis in Peru, but it took the work of a missionary to get Mateo on BYU's radar.
BYU had a coach called Brad Pierce at that time, and his son, John, was a missionary in Trujillo, which was my city. And so he heard about me.
Once on BYU's list, Mateo wasn't sold just yet. After looking more into BYU, Mateo decided to call Provo his new home.
After doing a little research, I decided to come here because it's just an amazing school. Academically and a tennis program is just great as well.
Mateo is the only senior on this year's squad, and his presence plays a huge role.
Mateo's a terrific player, and he's got a great attitude, and he brings a lot of energy for the team. In the fall, he was our lights-out guy, the go-to guy, and started on a great note.
Mateo has grown a lot over his time at BYU and has cemented himself as one of the leaders for this year's squad. For Universe Live, I'm Travis Hodson.
Thanks, Travis. Mateo and the tennis team head to Oregon to face Texas Tech on Friday.
Thanks for joining us today for Universe Live.
Have a great day.